Cheekyricho's Guinness Steak Pot Pie.
Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho's St. Patrick's Day Guinness Steak Pot Pies. We're going to be making these delicious, rich, hearty little individual pot pies and serving them with some cold cotton mash, which I have showed you in a different video. The ingredients are in the recipe box below, so let's get started. To a pan over high heat, we're going to add our ham. You could use bacon if you like. I'll be using the rind and the fat as well, because there's plenty of flavour in that. And we're going to render the fat out of this, and that's going to brown our meat. So once we've got this browned a little bit, we're going to add our meat, which has been cut into cubes and had all of the visible fat removed. Okay, we've just added our meat now, and we're going to brown that off as well. With a bit of colour on our meat, we are just going to add our bay leaf. We've got 2 fresh bay leaves here off our tree, our potatoes, and our carrots that have just been diced, our crushed garlic, good pinch of cracked pepper, or 2, good pinch of salt, but we are going to adjust the seasonings later. Going pretty good already. Now it's in with our fresh tomato passata. I've showed you how to make that in a different video. They're cherry tomatoes actually out of our garden. And the star of the show, we've got our Guinness Draught, which is a traditional Irish beer. Very dark in colour, about a half a can of that. The little plastic ball you find inside the can is called a widget. It's patented by Guinness and it contains nitrogen and it's used to make the creamy head on the beer. You don't want to waste that other half a can. It's great to drink. Now let's come to the boil now. We just send in our onions. They've just been roughly sliced. And we're going to cook this until the sauce reduces and the vegetables are tender before we bake them with a little puff pastry pie top. Just keep cooking that down. If it tends to get a little thick for your liking, just add a little water to that. Okay, after 25 minutes, this is what you should have. There is no need to thicken this. You can see that the potatoes are quite tender and the sauce is reduced right down to a really thick, rich broth. I'm going to fish out our bay leaves now. You don't want to eat those. They've done their job. And there's another one. It's always good to have a head count when you do these. There we are. Let's lose that. We've just got some fresh sage leaves here. We're just going to tear those up roughly and pop them in. They've been washed and dried. Just leave the stalky bits out. Oh, yummy. And power off. We've got some little glass hot pot dishes here that are capable of being placed in the oven. And we're going to ladle our beef Guinness into it. Just ladle that in there. It's sitting on a piece of baking paper, which is on a baking tray, because if it boils over, it probably will, it will be really difficult to clean. So if you've got it on baking paper, you can just roll that up and throw it away. Fill them up. Now just with a little water on your finger, just wet the edges of that dish. You could use the pie mixture itself if you like, but this is just as easy. And then we get our puff pastry and just peel the plastic off. It's just been cut into little squares. You can make it neat if you like. Just lay them over the top, let them drape down the sides. And we're just going to put some slits in the top of them to allow the steam to escape. Now we just get an egg, give it a light whisk with a fork, break it up, and we're going to paint the top of our pies with this egg wash and with a nice shiny golden finish when it's cooked. That'll just sort of dribble down the sides. Just make sure those little air holes are actually open and the egg wash hasn't glued them shut, because the steam won't escape if you do that. And into the oven we go, 180 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until that pastry is golden and puffed. And there you have it, Cheekyricho's pot pie. We serve it with our cold cotton, which I've shown you in a different video.
Cheekyricho Guinness Steak Pot Pie, served with cold cotton mash.
Have a little taste, shall we? Let's cut to the top of that pastry. How flaky that is, yummy, yummy, yummy. Mash.
I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheekyricho's Steak and Guinness Pot Pie. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheekyricho channel and don't forget to please subscribe. And do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you and we're uploading lots of videos every week. Why not check out our St. Patrick's Day dedicated playlist where we celebrate all things Irish. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you for watching. Yummy.